Happy Saturday morning. So welcome to day 10 of post mastectomy updates. So yeah, it's been about a week and a half. I'm seeing the plastic surgeon on Tuesday, which would be day 12. Nope, 13, lucky 13 is when I see the plastic surgeon. So day 10, life without drains, means that I am indeed sleeping better. You know, not freaking amazing, but definitely better. Taking showers, generally feeling good. Actually, right after I record this, I'm going to do a workout. And by workout, I mean I'm actually going to purposefully start working on training my splits again. I haven't focused on them in a few years, and being in my 50s, I'm definitely starting to notice that my hip mobility is not what it used to be with less. It could stand for a little bit of work, and happily everything from here down is reasonably unrestricted from an exercise standpoint, as long as I'm not at risk of falling. So I'll walk you through, show you what we're wearing today in circus workout fashion, since I actually am clothed in some local designers. So on my bottom half here, I've got my Fit to Fly leggings. Fit to Fly is a local Canadian designer that makes things specifically for aerialists and movement artists in general. They make really good quality stuff, and many of us in the Toronto circus community have been supporting them for several years. My last unitard was custom made by them, and it fits like a glove. It's really well done. On the top half is one of my very favorite shirts from a company that mostly makes underwear, but they also make my very favorite leggings that they only make every few years. But they also make these awesome shirts from some of their underwear offcuts, I believe is what actually happens. So that company is, what is it? Candi Factory, Candi, Candi Factory, based in Toronto. They make wonderful things as well. So underneath that, don't worry, I'm not going to show anybody anything, squicky or gross. I'm fully covered. So undershirt, nice soft undershirt, because basically I'm still wearing my my compression garment. I looked it up today online, and basically from a medical standpoint, it's helping reduce swelling. It's helping basically prevent pulling on the incisions, which are two things that I basically can kind of sense my own self when I'm wearing it versus not. It's not like I suddenly start swelling up like a balloon, but I do feel more secure wearing it. I did take a look, post shower in the mirror, and I'm going to be honest, so far I think it's going to end up looking, because of the procedure that I had, which was a modified Goldilocks mastectomy to aesthetic flat closure. So I have anchor shaped scars. From what I can tell, that the shape that I seem to be sort of ending up with right now is probably going to look very, very similar to top surgery, which honestly is the very best outcome I could have hoped for a double mastectomy without formal reconstruction of the breasts. So happy camper right now. Really happy with what my surgeons did. From a recovery standpoint, still the most problematic, the most bothersome thing at this point at day 10, honestly, is there's numbness and sensitivity. It's weird to be numb and sensitive my underarms. This is probably from the, hey Billy, it's probably from the 3 lymph nodes that they removed in this area. There aren't any incisions under here, but they did take the lymph nodes out by going in through the same opening that they had for the mastectomy. So the numbness under there and the sensitivity under there is something that I have to sort of be careful with. It's the primary reason why I'm wearing an undershirt along with my compression bra over top of it, so the seams of the bra that go under my armpit don't press any more than they need to. Hey buddy, hi mister. No, I do not need your tail banging against my chest. Thank you very much, sir. That is double plus unfun. Yes, we all know. So yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to talk about. You know, I have range of motion in my arms. I'm not pushing it, you know, but I can raise my arms above my head. The only time I'm doing that, my dog likes to poke things. The only time I'm doing that, you know, purposefully, you know, apart from, you know, doing actual, you know, physiotherapy type exercises, is to wash my hair. You know, sometimes I'm, you know, reaching something very, very gently. I'm being extremely careful when I'm doing that, but yeah, I'm able to do all of these things. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Going to start working on the range of motion in my lower half and doing more walking as of today. I'm debating whether or not wearing a weighted vest is a good idea. I think I'm going to hold off on that until I've seen the plastic surgeon and ask them whether or not wearing a weighted vest when I'm doing like squats and workouts is okay. Maybe I'll get their clearance first before I start ramping it up. So now I'm just going to do, like, you know, body weight core stuff, some sit-ups, some stretching for my splits, and I'm going to call that a workout. I'm not working out my upper body apart from, you know, the physio exercises that are listed in the Canadian Cancer Society booklet that I'm using as my guide for what is and is not okay from a you know, from an arm shoulder standpoint. So yeah, that's the update for today. I hope everybody is having a good weekend and having a happy holiday. I will definitely report back after I've seen the plastic surgeon on Tuesday, because I'm going to put together a list of questions for them and you know, make sure I've got some clarity on what I can and cannot do, should and should not do. You know, there's always shoulds versus shalls in these types of things. You know, what is medically a good idea and what is, you know, recovery wise, outcome wise, a good idea. This is the really great thing about the plastic surgeon versus the oncological breast surgeon, because the plastic surgeon cares about what everything's going to look like, in addition to, you know, making sure the cancer is gone, which is a nice thing, because you know, I'm going into all of this treatment with the assumption that I am going to live a very long life. So I would like to aesthetically like the outcome. You know, it's not going to be as good as having my original natural equipment, but I would still like it to not be ugly. It's my body. You know, they did a great job of making sure that I maintained the mobility that mattered to me. So for that, I'm deeply thankful, and I'm looking forward to getting back to working out this part of my body. But since I can't do that for now, I'm going to start, you know, looking at the mobility and strength in the lower half of my body, and that's what I'm doing next today. All right, good to see you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.